Hey guys, welcome back for another episode. And today I'm in North Wales exploring one of its many rivers. And this river in particular was home to Neanderthals thousands of years ago. So come along on the adventure with me. Woo! So over the years there's been some fantastic discoveries made along the banks of this river, in particular caves and stone shelters which date back to the Paleolithic era. There's even been the remains of a Neanderthal male found within these caves, so let's see if we can find one today, other than just myself. Okay guys, we've got our first big find of the day, and you're going to love this one. It's an octopus. It's an octopus floating. Not the Neanderthal remains we're looking for, but it'll do. I'll leave that on the banks and get that later. At the minute guys, this river's really shallow and most parts I can walk through quite easy, but over the years it's actually been subject to some severe flooding which has impacted considerably on local communities, farmland and holiday homes, some of which were severely damaged during the floods. You can see all the debris the river brings down with it when it floods. Like an old carpet or a rug or something, chunks of metal, plastic. This even looks like a tent. Yep. When the river hits a bend, like here, it just starts carving away at the bank and then begins to bring down all the trees with it. So pretty soon, I suspect that one there is probably next. You can see how it undercuts the roots of the tree and it's basically got nothing left to grip onto. That'll just fall down at some point. Hopefully not whilst I'm stood here anyway. Don't think I'd want to be stood here when that came down. It's like the whole bank with it, it's like a landslide. I lost my lid. Hey guys, this looks like an ideal spot for a bit of a campfire, get some food, get warmed up. Quite cold after a few hours in the water. I'm gonna get a fire going in a minute, find a nice little spot. You know, I'm missing an Audi hubcap. Let me know down in the comments and I'll put it in the post here. So if I'm looking to get a fire going and I'm out and about, I tend to just bring a load of cotton wool and I've soaked this in Vaseline and it just lets it burn for a little bit longer. I'll stick it under the kindling. So if you are going to be setting up any fires around river rock, you just need to be mindful that some of the rocks will explode and fire out shards of rock, just like that. Bring my trusty Leatherman with me here. This is the skeletal version. So she's got a small blade, and then pops out. Nice set of pliers. And then you've also got Phillips on this side. So we're just going to let this fire burn down. So we've got a nice bed of coals. Just sharpened the skewer. I'm going to do some hot dogs on some buns. There we go guys, we've got a nice tasty hot dog ready for a bun. So I've got a little bit of barbecue sauce. I just make these myself at home. You can just fill it with whatever you want, ketchup, mayonnaise. You don't have to carry around a huge bottle with you then. Cheers guys. Good. I think it's time for another one. Make use of this Aldi's hubcap we found and put the fire out. I just like to clear everything away and leave everywhere, is it? Found it. Okay guys, slight change of plan. So I've used 2 GoPro batteries already. I'm down to my third and last one, which is already at 30%. So instead of carrying on along the river, I'm going to head up through the forest and back towards the truck and see what we can see through there. It looks like we've got some deer tracks heading up this way, so we might be in luck and be able to see some deers. There's definitely a path through the forest here. It looks like the wildlife are coming down to the river this way, so fingers crossed we get to see some deers. Definitely deer that's been passing through here, and just see where the hooves are just there. Yeah, here's the rest of the tracks here. They must be using this trail to go down towards the river and get themselves a drink. So we've come to a bit of a fork in the road. We've got deer tracks heading up that way, and we've got deer tracks heading up that way. So I'm right-handed, so I'm going to go to the right. That's the methodology I'm using for this one. You can just see all the way down there is the river we've been walking along, and you can see the elevation that we've come up now, just through the forest. So it looks like my theory of going right was the right idea. I'm just about to see some of those tracks still leading out. And I'm back up to the fields now. So now I can work my way back. Just managed to catch myself a nice little grasshopper. I say little, he's almost as big as my thumb. Let him go back to his friends. Okay guys, it looks like I'm going to have to leave this episode here. I'm pretty much out of batteries. I really hope you've enjoyed this episode, and if you have, please consider giving us a thumbs up and subscribing to the channel. It really helps me out and just makes little adventures like this possible. Thanks so much for watching, and catch you on the next one. Mentioned in the previous episode about always finding feathers. There's another nice one. Let me know down in the comments if you know what feather that is. I'll add that one to my collection as well.